Hello everybody, it's the 4th of September today, and I'm having a look at some of my apple bonsai. These are, well, these few trees that I'm going to show you today, they all started as suckers from the rootstock of an apple tree in the garden, and as usual there is a playlist showing some of their development over the last few years, which will be linked in the description below and in the end screen, so you can click on that if you wish and have a look at them as they were in the past. What was I saying? Oh yes, yeah, these were all grown from suckers from the rootstock of an apple tree that was in the garden when we moved in. So so far none of these have flowered, but they may eventually. Time will tell. This one I think is probably okay for another year. It's still a little bit loose in the pot. A couple of the others that I'll show you later I think haven't grown as well and will probably need to be repotted in the spring. But for now I just want to do a couple of things with this tree. Let's give you a quick 360. We've got the cannon for scale, and it's grown quite well this year. It's going to need a little bit of pinching back next spring to try and get it to bush out a little more, but I think I've got quite a nice framework I'm quite happy with, except I'm not happy with this arrangement of the branches here. This one is interfering with this one, for example, but also I think it would be quite nice if I could just pull these in a little bit closer. So to that end, I'm just going to use an old piece of wire, and I'm going to just hook that one to that one, allowing for a little bit of spring back, and that just pulls this one across, stops it interfering quite so much with that one. And I think does possibly give the tree a little bit of a better shape. I'm also, I think, going to wire that one up as well. I know I've said it many times. I'm not really the person for wiring. If you want to learn how to wire properly, according to all the experts, then there are plenty of people out there doing better videos than I could do. Okay, I want to move that one down and then back up again, down and back up again. That's better. It's just giving it a little bit more movement. Yeah, okay. That's probably all I'm going to do with this tree, except I do want to snip off the very end of that branch. It's elongating away, and possibly this piece at the top here, but that's it. So that's probably all the setup this tree is going to have for this year. It'll be shutting down for winter soon anyway, so we'll pop that one back on the bench and have a look at a couple of others. Okay, so this one hasn't exactly grown great guns this year. Quite a lot of moss growing on the surface here, which I'm just going to peel off. I'm not a lover of moss on my trees, so just get rid of that. That'll go. That's better. So this tree is kind of well, it hasn't really got a style as such yet. It was pulled out of the ground, as they said, as a sucker, and placed in this little plant pot, and Hasn't grown quite as well as I had hoped this year, but I think I'm just going to leave it for another year. I'm just going to nibble that back, shorten that. I'm thinking a possible windswept tree, maybe. Early days in its history. I mean, possibly even a cascade or semi-cascade, but there's no rush to make a decision on that. These two have really not done well this year, and I think they've not been happy sharing this pot, and I think, well, I know that they are quite root bound. Well, I'm fairly certain they're root bound. I'm not going to pull them out, but I'm going to give myself a little reminder that I want to do something with these and repot them and perhaps put them into a separate pot next year. Again, this could be a windswept tree. This one, I don't know, it's a very strange thing. I'm going to pop a little piece of wire on there. And just bring that a little more upright. And then I'm going to shorten it off like so. And this one's showing a little bit of powdery mildew, which is usually a sign that they've been dry at the root a little bit. And of course we did have that real hot spell, so, and then this one is actually throwing out its suckers of its own. So we will see. Come spring we will repot these into a new pot, or 2 new pots, or maybe 1 new pot and keep 1 in this, who knows. I'm waffling again, so we'll move on to another tree. This one has in actual fact done much better, and this I feel is very reminiscent of an old apple tree in an old-fashioned orchard that has perhaps toppled over with age and has continued to grow at an odd and rather strange angle. And if you look in old orchards, you often see trees like this. Nowadays, big commercial orchards, they would pull them out because they want to be able to get all around with mechanical harvesters and pickers and all sorts of things. But yeah, so I'm really quite pleased with this. It does need a little bit of trimmage. This has been on the bench. It's got to be a little bit too close to another tree, and they grew one into the other, and that's what's caused this to do this rather odd little curly whirly thing going on. And I don't like this piece, that's sort of interfering with this piece. So again, I'm just going to put a little piece of wire, if I can find a suitable. I never throw away wire if I can help it. I've often got little bits left over from where I've wired over trees. So straighten that up a little bit, and then that. Can go on there like so. And then I can just pull that down like that, and a little bit that way. Trim that. That's better. Happier with that. And I just want to take off that bit and that bit and that bit, and there we have it. that's just about it for this tree. As I say, it's going to go dormant soon. And actually, I think I might take a little bit more off there. It's a long, straightish piece that's a bit boring. That's better. Yeah, so there we have it. So, as always, I like my free trees, and as I didn't even pay for the parent plant, other than, well, when we bought the house, it came with it. Being as it's a sucker, it was cheaper than chips. So that's it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. Please look after yourselves. Do all the usual YouTube things, the liking and the subscribing and the commenting. Most of all, stay safe, everybody.